So how would you measure the success of Amazon Eco? So this is a product improvement framework, but we can apply it to any of the questions that we get asked, because it is a very generalized framework where how you break down a problem, because the questions asked for this, supposing this question, this is the prompt, actually this is a prompt. So how do you measure the success of Amazon Eco? So any abilities, be it a product metric question or improvement questions or a product sense or the design. So first we begin by asking a clarifying questions. So I would ask, if I were asked this question, so what specific aspect of the product need to be measured? So that is the one question I can ask. So let's start with the question is, how do you measure the success of Amazon Eco? Success. So what do we mean by success? Do we have any do we have any particular metric or a scope in mind that we are targeting? And so supposing that I am assuming that by Amazon Eco, it is a, if I can give a brief overview about what I understand about Amazon Eco, it is a, device, physical device from the Amazon company. It's a interactive uh, bot, uh, home bot. We can and and it can do multiple tasks. It can play music for you. It can schedule appointments, and it can do multiple things. It can do podcast. It can ask for you recommendation. Generally a voice chatbot kind of a thing, but in a physical device that we have, that we can say it can play songs. It can, but mostly people use it for playing songs. So since this is a physical device, so I am assuming the how I am considering or thinking about it in the department of success is that we have launched Amazon Eco. I'm assuming this is a quite a successful product, quite a mature product, because multiple other companies like Google have their this chatbot kind of a thing product which is in the market. So I'm assuming for this statement, by success we mean this new version that we have launched. Since there are multiple iterations of this, so by success I mean what is the adoption rate of this new version of Amazon Eco we have launched. And since I'm assuming this is a global product, but I'm assuming geography for this particular question is to be India. India, and especially the India. And I'm assuming the considering that since Amazon is quite successful, quite mature, I'm assuming for this new version of the Amazon Eco that we have launched, we are looking to penetrate into the second tier two or tier three cities, and how that product, or how we can see that what is the adoption rate, what is the success rate of this particular product in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. And for the sake of our conversation, I will take a city, name of the city of any city I can take. Supposing I take Raipur as a city that we have launched this Amazon Eco, and we are looking for, adoption rate, and it has been, what is the timeline? So if I can give timeline has been, so So we have launched this in the city Raipur, and timeline for launching this product has been 3 months. This new version product, it has been 3 months, 3 months since we have launched this product. So we are looking into how well it has been adopted and what is the adopters. But since adoption and targeting, it has been so. If I can just reframe, so it has been 3 months. We have launched in the city of Raipur, the second version of Amazon Eco, and we are looking for adoption rate in a particular city. And the next step, we will clarify what do we mean by adoption rate, or we will see how uh, if we can further break this down adoption rate. So at this stage in an ideal interview, I would ask these questions to the interviewer, explaining to him or her that this is how I'm thinking about this, and these are the questions, assumptions, clarification that I have in mind. So I can ask, or just in a form of conversation, said that if the interviewer agrees with, or do they have something else to say, or am I missing something, or they have anything else in their mind about this statement, they have thought something else, so we can clarify, get the interviewers side of perspective, and then we can move ahead once we have clarified all the assumptions. And so second part here it comes is the defining the objective, that why we are looking to, actually why we are solving this problem in a broader framework. What does this mean is that why we are actually, why we care about this, and every product goal that we are building, or a product metrics that we are targeting, it comes from a business goal, from a business metrics. So business decisions, business goals drive the product goal and product metrics. So if I can look, if I can think about different business goals that this particular product metrics needs to target, or how it has come from that, so I can think that to grow revenue, it can be one of the business goals, or to increase market share in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, because company feels, business stakeholders feel that the particular Amazon eco product that we have launched, it has been quite it has got quite saturated in the metro cities, and that is why they are looking for a newer market to expand this products geographical share. So again, at this stage, I would clarify with the interviewer, asking him or her that if this objective seems fair to what this statement is, or do they have anything else in the mind, or anything they have missed. So at each stage, we will clarify, we will discuss with the interviewer, and also this should flow like a conversation, not like an question and answering machine. Because in a normal conversation, we do not just ask question, because question answer becomes a boring after a point. So you have to converse, you have to be deeply interested into the problem here you are going to solve. So once you have clarified that this is we are agreeing upon, supposing that we agree with the revenue part, that yes, our business goal is to grow revenue from this problem statement, why we are going to. So supposing that now here it comes the metric part. So we have taken this problem statement, we have set up an objective. Now for measuring that objective, for measuring the success of that objective, for finding the solution, we need some metrics to define the success of this solution. So since this our problem statement is part of an product matrix only. So since here we are measuring the success. How we are measuring the success? We are measuring the success as an adoption rate. Since we have launched this in a tier 2, tier 3 city, and we are measuring this how well this product has been adopted by consumers in city of Raipur. For example, I am taking a sample of, let's say, 100 customers or 1,000 customers chosen from particular geography, from particular income range, from particular location, and then I will go deep into it. I can build a user persona and go deep into that. But once I have the uh, more breakdown of the metric, now we will do, we'll see that how we can see if there is anything else we can adoption metric. So there can be, see we can, so how we can divide adoption. We'll do a little breakdown. You can see, you will see that if there is anything else to the adoption part, it is there. You can do multiple breakdown. So by what do we mean by adoption? By adoption, we mean from the time we have known this product from it has been 3 months. So how, what is the rate of adoption? What is the rate of usage? Or how, supposing that if 100 customers have bought it, if 100 customers have purchased it, how many, how many are using it on daily basis, and for how much time? Because finding really the core part of that adoption matrix, how we define adoption, is that if I have 100 customers have purchased it, if 100 customers have purchased it, then how many are using on daily basis? Because until and unless the retention part, if my product is not used by the customer on a continuous basis for a particular time frame, then it is not actually a successful, or it is not going to stick with them for a longer term. So supposing that I give a ideal scenario or ideal metric, that this is the particular uh, track, uh, goal that I need to see. So I'm assuming that time, daily time usage should be, ideally it should be around 4 hours. How much time is, so how much time, this is the answer of how much time. How much time is ideal should be 4 hours. And if I think of, are they using, or is using it on a daily basis or not? So for daily basis I will break it down as, for daily basis I can break it down as, in a week, in a week, in a week, in a week, if consumer is using it for at least, using it for at least 3 to 5 days. So this is the two, I think, metric that I would think about, that this would be the ideal time. And so here we have set the target. So this is the target part. So this is our target, that uh, it should be, what should be the daily usage of it is around 4 hours. Daily usage hour should be around 4 hours, 4 hours per day, and 3 to 5 days per week. So that is how we are defining the success of this metric. So just to rephrase what we have all discussed, by success we mean a particular metric, and by here we are taking as a adoption metric, and we are considering India as a particular geography. In India, we are taking Raipur as a second tier city, and it has been 3 months since our version 2 of Amazon Eco has been launched, and we are specifically looking from a business goal of growing revenue for this particular product, since we have seen that this product has become saturated in the metro cities. So we are looking into expand and grow revenue. So these are our success or target metrics that we are tracking, that if user is using it for daily at least 4 to 5 hours a day and 3 to 5 days a week, then I would consider that a success. And if I can add a business metric, since we have taken business goals to be revenue, so we can take something related to uh, revenue part. But we are since this is uh, something that we can control, revolves around product itself. So the changes we make in the product, it has to reflect in the business goal. So that is how the business to product it is going. So uh, putting a business metric would not be helpful, I guess, because we are not directly responsible for the business metric kind of systems for this. It directly influences the business metrics. So we are not, and here just I will again converse with the interviewer and ask that if this is something my assumption or my understanding is correct with how they think. So this is the target I have set, that this is the ideal time we are tracking. So this is, we can list down these targets into this, and this is how we will track and iterate monitor plan. So supposing that we have chosen, so our uh, prompt was measuring the success of Amazon Eco. So we did define our metric for success. So this is our metric for success. This is our ideal target. So supposing that we found this 100 customers. Supposing that I'm taking just sample size. So supposing that the 100 customers we chose, we did not our success rate. Let's say that our success rate was nearly success rate for the same metric that we chose. Success metric that we chose, that daily time usage should be 4 hours per day and weekly time hours should be 3 to 5 days. Supposing that we found that our success rate is around 40 to 50%. What this means is that in the cohort of 100 customers that we have chosen, only 40 to 50% are the customers who are ideally using or able to meet this metrics that we are choosing. So rest, nearly half of the number, if I say 50 customers, they are actually not using the product as much as we would have liked. So again, we can see how we can make changes, or we can uh, do why this case is happening, why they are not able to. We can go into the reasons why they are not using this as much as we had liked, and what are the core reasons for this, and how we can improve them. So I will discuss this with the interviewer. If they like, or if we want to go further, that we can describe the assumptions that why 50 people are not able to find value, or they are not able to identify value as much as other 50 are able to do, and how we can improve upon them, how we can work upon them, and we can refine them So we can do that also, and this part will come under tracking and iteration, that we will build a plan, we will find out the uh, reason or look for any problems they are facing. We can build a summary. So I can just do a brief overview, that supposing that I found that the other 50 customers who are not using our product as much we would have liked, they are finding it quite finding it difficult to converse in the local language. I have just taken a reason. It could be multiple other reasons. Let's say that task requirement. Let's say they are people are not able to find a daily use case for the product. Maybe they have purchased it seeing their other friends or seeing in the news or ad, but once they purchase it, they bought it home, they try to use this, because any of the product that we purchase, there is an initial excitement, we buy it, we use it for few days, but after that we do not find a continued value out of that product, and as we days passes, we lose interest in that, and it becomes just a product sitting in our home. Maybe that could be the reason people are not using it. Other reasons I can think of would be that people are unable to people people are unable to connect it to a proper internet, because it needs a continuous and proper high speed internet to work properly. Maybe that could be the reason they do not have a network, high speed network. So they are finding it quite difficult, because once it does not have a high speed network, it becomes quite difficult to use it in the daily life. Conversation breaks, it continuously repeats the same old message, that it is unable to connect to the network. Maybe that could be the reason. So I will prioritize, I can see which of the reasons I find to be the most impactful or impacting the most number of people out of that 50 that we are talking, and then we can see what are the solutions and what are the pain points they are facing, and then we can build any solution around it. So this is how we generally try to break down a problem and see, and how we, so this is quite helpful. So I hope this will help anyone preparing. I have just also started doing this on the video, and I will do a continue process. So I think this is very good website. Anyone can use it. We can do a expert solution. This is a test mode, and we can invite others to join. You can use a blank canvas. So this is a, we can use a blank canvas also. We can type a text. Like in the interview, I had to open a Google Doc and then write it my solution. But here I can see, this is the preview part. I can see my answer. Okay, that's all, and I hope to see you soon in the next video. Thank you.